Hello and welcome back to my solo self-found series. 2 weeks have passed since I said I will focus grinding my wings, and as you can see from the color of my wings over here, I have managed to reach the master level of wings, and the best improvement I've managed to do in these 2 weeks is getting this little guy, my Neverate Husky. I always wanted one in Cabal, so I'm very happy I donated to the server a little bit to get this guy, but let's get into more serious stuff. So the focus of my last 2 weeks was grinding the wing dungeons to see how far I can get, to maybe find some info out, and I will talk all about that. I have some extra info maybe that you maybe didn't expect, or maybe it's something different than what you expected from this video. But before going into all of that, I want to show you all the other progress that I made during these 2 weeks, and after talking about the wings, I will go into what I will do for my next period of time, because before I said it will be 2 weeks of grinding DP, but in the meantime I've did a little bit of research, talked with some guildmates and found some things out. I will try to talk about those also. Maybe it will be a bit longer video, but I want to share all the info I managed to collect for myself with all of you. Maybe it helps you, maybe not, but I really want to talk about it. So starting with the first thing, the honor medal, I started rolling with my DP the slots. The only thing that I managed to get until now are the 2 extra all skill amp slots, but pretty soon I hope I can finish it all. Then I will go to my hero and then to my legend. This will be the main focus for my DP right now, and by saying that, I will go straight into the merit mastery. I know I said I will dump all my DP in this one, but for now this one can no longer provide me any offensive boosts, only defensive, so I decided to stop investing in it for now. I know that in Sharp Blade I can get special mastery that gives you ignore resist critical rate 1 or 2%, but it's such a small chance that I prefer not to invest my medals in it, to invest my DP in unlocking all of this. So for now this is put aside and my DP will be focused on my honor medal, and I will see after what exactly I will do with it. But as a little update for this one, I've finished my War Slayer tab. As I said, these last 2 I will never get, because these 2 are strict for PvP. I don't do PvP, so I don't really care about them. If you don't care about PvP, you can also skip them and invest in better slots in defense, in Sharp Blade, in whatever you want to invest. And another thing I managed to do here, I tried to play a little bit with this special mastery here. I managed to get 1% final damage increased. This is quite a good roll from what I know, and I decided to keep it like this. This cancel ignore penetration is crap, but honestly for right now, as I said, I don't want to waste my medals and I will keep it like this. The next thing that, let's say, I managed to complete from the collection is Automata Lab 1, 30%. I believe this one I finished because I put some Turmakan bracelets here. I have been crafting special accessory randomly from time to time, and I've crafted some bracelets and I've put them here, which took me to 30%. Only 2 critical damage, but as you will see later in the video, right now I am going for every little bit of offensive power that I can get. Next one would be in the world section, Bloody Ice 2. I only had a couple of cores missing here, so I farmed a little bit. I got the cores and I got 1 extra strength, but again, just a little bit of damage is welcomed anytime. The next one from the collection is from the special section, the collection experience 6. Over here I had these 2 incomplete. I just bought them with dungeon fragments. I don't want to waste time right now trying to find out where they drop. I will do that at one point, but right now I just wanted to finish it. So I bought them from the Dungeon Fragment shop and completed this collection as well, which gave me 2 cancel ignore penetration. And for the last 2 here, Battlefield Fighter 1 and 2, this one, the very last thing that I did was craft some damage amplifiers, put them here, and they both got me to 60%, which was like 4 attack and another 2 cancel ignore penetration. The next thing, I'm not really sure how much combat power I gained from this. I don't really care. As you may already know, for the myth system, I only truly care about getting the holy power first. I'm trying to get maybe at Archangel or Raphael, and I will try to focus slots only after that, but I had a little session of spending my points, so I used kind of like 3480 mid points, and I managed to gain 659 holy power, which is quite nice. Maybe with another session like that I could get to Archangel, but for now, once again, I'm saving my mid points, and I will see at the moment if I will want or not to invest in this. Next up would be the stellar system. While grinding, I managed to collect some luminous Selena. I kept rolling these ones and very happy I managed to get 17% here on the 5th line, which is maximum roll. So yeah, I still have some to roll. As I said before, I want to get these all to have critical damage, then I will be starting to roll each line to get perfect stats for all of them, and in time to complete my stellar. I have crafted myself some mercenaries. I didn't craft those before. I believe maybe I had this one crafted, but the other 3 I didn't have. I know they are not really important. I believe the only one that I will maybe use would be Elena, but I just wanted to have them all here, so yeah. On the rune side, I only managed to get the critical damage karma rune to level 4. It was level 3 previously, so that's a little bit of damage boost again. Another thing that I did was get my wing assault, wing protect skills. These are the wing skills. This one gives you a little bit of damage. This one gives you some protection from damage. Not that extraordinary, but just to say that I have them and I don't really have them on my mind anymore. And together with those, I've crafted myself like battle mode level 2 and 3. From my little bit of testing, at least for Force Blader, this one, having it at level 3 and using it, plus changing my synergy from only this one to all 3, boosted my damage a little bit, so yeah, that's a plus. And regarding my gear, as you can see, I have these ones here. This one will expire today. This is from the event pass. For anyone that doesn't know, I didn't put them on right now because I wanted to calculate the combat power. And this one I started doing the Baldus entrance, but I will talk about that later in the video. But as for my actual gear, I got this charm plus 3 from the Pandora box, the one that comes from the event pass. I previously had a plus 2. Having it plus 3 gives a little bit of damage, so of course I'm gonna put it on. I've gotten my boots to plus 20. This is purely defensive, but I wanted them to be plus 20 to know that in that regard for my boots I'm done. And as for my crystal, I've managed to get it to plus 19 using perfect cores. I don't do plus 18 or plus 19 without perfect cores, so to get it to plus 20 I will need to collect some more enhanced safeguard highest, but that's a longer term that I need to do this, so getting them from week a Powlet of Dead will be quite easy, and we will see when I manage to make it plus 20. And another thing that I did to this crystal, I took the divine level to 10. I believe it was previously at 6 out of 15, so I just did a little bit of divine for it. I will continue doing more, at least until maybe plus 13, plus 14, something like that, guaranteed. And the last thing that's a little bit sad for me, I managed to drop a Platinum Powlet, but sadly it was a Guardian one. It would be very nice to be a fighter, but hopefully in my next period of grind I will manage to drop an Archidinum one or Palladium. We will see, but sadly this one was a Guardian. I'm keeping it for now, not putting it in the collection, but eventually it will go into the collection. And regarding my gear, that would be all, and all other systems. Just to say it right now before we discuss the wings, my starting combat power before these 2 weeks was 935,000, and as you can see now I'm at 956,000. That's like a 21,000 combat power boost, but again I did wings. Doing wing dungeons you can't really focus on other things. I didn't manage to do a lot of other dungeons aside from the wing dungeons, so yeah, that's why maybe I didn't progress that much. And now for the main topic of this video, my wings. As you can see, I managed to get to master level 13. The maximum level you can get is master 100 or master 99, I'm not really sure, I believe it's 100. The next one doesn't exist in the game. I learned that it doesn't exist even in the official, so yeah, once I manage to get it to 100, wings will be practically done. When I started I was at like epic level 61, but believe me, at about level 70-80 it starts to get really hard to level them, so keep that in mind. With the skills, as you can see, these are the skills that I have selected. Ignore penetration, defense, these two don't really matter in my opinion. Over here I've decided for add damage, over here for amp, and the last two ones for critical damage. I will test these ones to see which ones, maybe at least the damage ones, which are the best or which would be the most beneficial for you, but for now this is my choice. If I am wrong, let me know in the comments down below and I will change them and check out the difference that it makes. Now regarding the wing dungeons. Maybe we all know what can drop in the wing dungeons, what you can get, but what I try to do, if you know my other videos, the dungeon research videos, I have done kind of the same thing here, and I will try to present to you the results I've managed to get from all the 3 dungeons, and after that talk about the wing dungeon level importance, how much you should focus your wings, which dungeons to do for your wings, and also don't forget, if you want to focus wings, always exchange these coupons for wing potions, because the wing potions give you 5 million XP, which is the highest if you compare it to the dungeon drops that you can get. And right now let's get into some numbers. For the Holy Windmill, my time in doing it was like 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 20. This one depends on how focused I am, if I'm talking in chat, if I'm like not even trying to do it fast, missing my battle modes or things like that. But as you can see, I have did a total of 81 runs. The total of things that I've got was 301 4 score highs, 317 4 score highest, wing XP 916 million.5, 352 rare essences, the wing essence that you use to level up your wings from a grade to another or to roll your arrival skill stats. 15 master, this is the rarest of them all. And as you may know, in the first wing dungeon, because this is the first wing dungeon that unlocks for you, the Holy Windmill, you also get some boxes of Hicks that gives you a guaranteed potion for owls, but the amount of owls that you get from them varies. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the highest can be 100 million owls, but I only got maximum of 50 million, as you can see here. So yeah, in total I've gotten 408 million owls in 81 runs, which you may say it's a lot. I would say for the time invested it's quite little, especially if you are selling things in the auction house. So yeah, here you can see also the averages for all of them, and these two I've added as a max and minimum amount that can drop. These ones are not like in one dungeon you could get 8 4-score highs, 10 highest and all of this. No, in one run you could get up to 8 4-score highs. In another run you could get up to 10 4-score highest. But again, take all these numbers as just a reference, because these are my 81 runs. Maybe if I did like 8,000, maybe the numbers would change. But I only did 81. I don't do that big amount of dungeons in my research. So yeah, for the wing XP, the highest I got is 21 million, 8 rare essences, 2 master, and as I said, the owls was 50. But as you can see, there are a lot of zeros here, so you might get 0 of these ones. Wing XP you will always get, and owls the minimum is 1 million. So yeah, this would be the Holy Windmill results. Now going to the second dungeon, Holy Keldrasil. This one for me it was the fastest. It took me like 2 minutes 20, and for the 4 scores, as you can see, it's quite a higher number, 100 extra. For the wing XP, from 900 million to 2100 million, it's quite a boost. And the essence unique, once again they drop more for the master as well, and for the rest of the stats you can see them down here. And the wing XP, an average would be like 21 million you could get in one run. All of the numbers I've collected are for each run I made. And yeah, here I did like 108. And now talking about the very last dungeon, the highest dungeon right now in the Play Cabal server. I did a total of 120 runs, because this one I did one day of this extra from the other ones. Once again, you have 12 runs for this one, maximum a day, meaning I did 10 days for this one. So yeah, in this one, besides the 4-score high and highest, you also get the ultimate ones, and as you can see, quite a pretty number, 407. And as you can see, the highest and the ultimates drop more than the 4-score highs, so yeah, that's quite nice. The wing XP from 1200 million to almost 400 million, again a big boost. The epic essences even higher than the unique ones, and the master ones once again higher. So the best drops you could get are clearly in the Holy Shrine, is the highest dungeon. But for the time, as you can see, compared to Keldrasil, it's a little bit more time, but this time to drop down maybe even at the Holy Keldrasil level with the more damage you get. And as for the averages, once again you can see the numbers here. And for the wing XP, and the thing that mattered for me the most, you get 34 million in the Holy Shrine dungeon. Now that we talked about all of the drops, I will give you my thoughts over here, what I've kind of calculated As you can see in this table, the wing range, like from 1 to 300, from like 1 to 300, it would take you like about 26 days. You would gain around 31,000 combat power. For the next one, the 300 and 400 one, approximately 15 days, 9,000 combat power, and for the last one, it would take you 51 days and you would gain around 13,000 combat power. And as you can see from these numbers, from my opinion, if you do these two and focus the last one later, you would complete it in like 1 month and a half, and you would gain most of the combat power that you could gain from the wings. Doing the 400 to 500 is not that important in my opinion. You don't have to rush it. That's why my personal opinion for doing the wings would be from level 1 to 200. You only do Windmill because that's the only wing dungeon that you have available. And if you would also use coupons, it would take you around 18 days, which is not that long. You just have to do the Windmill dungeon, which is kind of the longest and the most annoying. But as a bonus, you get some extra alls in the meantime. Maybe you get lucky and get the 100 million potion. So yeah, once you reach the 200 and 300 threshold, you can start doing the Holy Keldrasil dungeon. And in my honest opinion, it would be do the Keldrasil dungeon and use coupons. As you can see right over here, doing Windmill and Keldrasil with coupons takes you 9 days. Only doing this one, the second dungeon, takes you 12 days. So 3 extra days, I don't think they are that important. At the end of the day, it's your own decision. For the 300 and 400, this one unlocks the next dungeon, the Holy Shrine. Over here, once again, if you do all dungeons, you do it in 15 days. If you just do the Keldrasil and Shrine, the last two ones, you will do it in 17 days. Again, 2 days difference, a total of 5 days right now. 5 days you could spare without doing the Windmill, which takes too much time in my opinion. And for the very last one, the 400 to 500, if you do all the dungeons, once again, you do it in 52 days. If you only do the last two, you do it in 59. Here is a kind of a bigger gap, but at the same time 7 days is not that critical. And if you are only doing the Holy Shrine with coupons, it would take you about 91 days. This one is way bigger, but if you can get maybe an event in the meantime or something like that, maybe it gives you some wing XP, it will cut these days in half, maybe even more. So it's your own decision how much you want to invest in this 400 to 500 part of the wings. As I showed you before, this one counts for little combat power compared to these other ones. Taking for example, for the 1 to 400, you could do it in, as I said before, a month and a half maybe, if you focus the dungeons, especially if you focus them doing them all. And after that you have to do the 400 to 500 in 2 months, which is kind of not equal to the previous one. So my honest opinion, if you really want to do all the dungeons, focus until maybe level 400, then just stop doing all the wing dungeons, do only Shrine. You get the most XP, you get some cores on the side, use your coupons, and in time you will get your max level wings. But again, the most important thing is to do whatever you like. If you want to focus your wings fully until level 500, just do all the dungeons. But if you don't really have time to play, try to follow a little bit. I showed you all the possibilities for what I believe you can do for each level ranges. Try to combine them, try to do whatever you like. Maybe do 1 week of dungeons, then 1 week off, and all of that. It's your decision at the end of the day. I only wanted to give you all the information I managed to get so that you can take the decision on your own to make your gameplay better. Now I have talked a lot about the wings. I hope I didn't bore you out, but I really wanted to offer you all the info I managed to gather for myself. Then I tried to transform it into a more helpful information to maybe help you take some decision in your own gameplay. Maybe you believe that going from 4 to 500 would give you a huge amount of combat power boost, but as you can see, it's very low compared to other things. So yeah, again, at the end of the day, it's your own decision what you want to do. But right now I want to talk about the next period of time, what I will be doing for my character. While talking to a guildmate of mine, he was at about 900,000 combat power. I was about roughly at this combat power, and he said he was doing the Legend Arena. And if you don't know, in Legend Arena you have a boss called Baldus, which you kinda test your damage, you get some score. And so that guildmate of mine, he was doing Legend Arena, he asked me to do it to test my damage a little bit, and a shocker, I had around 60,000 combat power more, but my damage was less. I was getting less points than him. A thing that I don't know if I said it before, but I thought about it very much, that combat power is not really a representation of how strong you are. It's just a combination, a reference number should I say, that lets you know roughly where you can go, what dungeons you can do. And because of that, I have decided for myself that honestly I'm not really going to chase combat power anymore. I'm going to chase the Baldus damage points that I managed to get. And to do this, I have created another thing that maybe you are already bored from my all my excels or my data. I have created for myself something like this. I have asked another guildmate of mine. He is at roughly 1.4 million combat power, and he is doing roughly around 9 million damage points from Baldus. Meaning I did some math and I rounded up at about 1.2 million combat power. I would need like 6 million Baldus score again for doing the Forgotten Temple B3F and trying to finish that dungeon, killing Mazel and having a chance to get his ring. So my new target will be to test out Baldus. I will be doing it daily, but from time to time I will compare my score and try to see the progression I can make. At the same time, I will also track my combat power because I want to see if they both rise kind of at the same time, or with my focus in the next period, the Baldus score could raise faster than the combat power. And as I said, my next focus in the next period would be strictly offensive upgrades for myself. If I get some defensive upgrades, those will be indirectly achieved. I will not focus them at all. No collection, no achievements, no nothing, not even the runes that I could get that give me defensive power. I don't care about anything. I care about something right now only if it gives me offensive power. Meaning on my essences, I will only focus the runes that could give me damage. For example, from all the Ultimate DX, I will ignore the Ancient Tomb when I want to farm some essences. That one gives me defensive power, and the other three give me offensive power from the runes they drop. Karma runes, this one will come passively from me doing Faded Epaulet of Undead. Maybe I will buy some with my vote coins, but I'm not really sure right now. As I said, the honor medal, I will try to make this perfect. In the captain, I will go for dexterity or strength. They both increase your attack, at least for me as a force blader, at the same rate. So if it's strength, if it's dexterity, it doesn't matter. Over here it will be amp, hero, penetration, and for legend I will go for ignore resist critical damage. The stellar will be once again passive. I need to break items to get luminous Selena, so by doing dungeons, doing everything else, I will extract gear, I will get some, and when I have enough I will start rolling my Selena. The wings, right now honestly I will just use coupons, and maybe from time to time I will do only the Holy Shrine dungeon, the maximum dungeon you can do for the wings, but nothing more, because I want to focus some other things. So yeah, you will see in the next videos about this, about my progression, because I will tell you every little bit that I have grinded, that I have farmed to manage to get some upgrades. I have went through all my achievements and selected the only ones that give me offense power, and I will be focusing these ones, the ones that I can at least, to try and complete them and to get the stats from them. For the collection, I did the exact same thing. I went through all the collection pages and I've selected only the ones that give me offense power, so that I know what I need to grind, what I need to focus, what I need to try, and what dungeons I need to try to do. So I will be strictly focusing those ones, and the remaining things that I get that go into the collection, of course I will put them here even if they give me defensive power. But the very first thing that I want to complete, for example, if I have something that goes in a defensive collection versus an offensive one, even if the defensive would give me more combat power, I will choose the offensive one, because again, I want damage, I don't need defense at this moment. And for now, the last things that I will want to focus in the next period would be getting my epic option to max for my sword, crystal, and boots, because the boots also give me combat power, they are all skill amp. For my sword I will want to do some divine as well, because I'm not planning to switch it pretty soon, and investing some divines, maybe again to like 12 or 11 even, it's quite enough. For the crystal, as I said before, I want to get it to plus 20 max epic boost. I want to try divine it at least at level 13, maybe even 14 if I want, and even try some extreme upgrades, maybe at least at level 4. But yeah, helm, suit, gloves, if I don't drop some sig metal that I could replace them with, I will not bother, because if I, for example, choose a Paladinum 1, I lose one slot, and one slot for an armor piece means less damage. So unless I get a slot extender highest, these three will not be exchanged with anything more than sig metal. And the last one that I can really like focus farm is the epaulet. Maybe doing some Edge of Phantom or Awakened IC 1 or 2 could give me an Archidinum or Palladium epaulet, but once again this is kind of a passive thing, I will not focus farm it. So yeah, and just as an extra bit of info, the dungeons that I take in consideration right now are kind of these dungeons that I can do. I will see whatever I want to do, whatever I feel like doing, I will do them. These ones, they don't give one thing or something like that, they are all combined into or collection, achievement, gear, all of that. So yeah, Sienna B2F, Awakened Lava, Panic, and Hazardous Valley, Forgotten Temple B2F and the Awakened one, Acheron Arena, Illusion Castle 1 and 2, Illusion Castle Apocrita 1 and 2, Epaulet B2F, B3F, Edge of Phantom, Forbidden Island Awaken, Devil Tower 1 and 2, even Glacius Inferna for some Divine Cores, Eternal Chaos Arena for some Chaos Cores. So yeah, as you can see, I have a multitude of dungeons that I can do. Once again, I will not say what dungeons I will do right now because my mind can change from a day to another. I will just do them, document them, and tell you exactly what I managed to get from them, what I managed to achieve from them, or if I didn't manage to achieve anything because some achievements maybe require me to do 250 of that dungeon, and maybe in 2 weeks I can do that, and yeah. But at the end I will probably see how much combat power I gain and how much Baldus core I can do at that time. By the way, my Baldus core is without any boost in that dungeon. In the Legend Arena you can randomly get like an increase in the final damage up stat, like I managed to get one for 10% at one point, but I will try to search for the dungeons that don't give me any boost and calculate everything like that. And with all that said, I believe I have talked quite a lot. I'm hoping you found this interesting, all of these things that I managed to collect in these past 2 weeks. For me they are very interesting, are very, hopefully very useful. I will try to gather more information as I go, and maybe after a month or maybe even 2 I will be able to show you some results, some statistics, and once again let you decide, do you want just to see the combat power go up, or you want to focus maybe on damage and be able to do higher and higher content and all of that. And I've talked a lot. If you want to add something, leave it down in the comments. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you liked it, and as I always like to say, keep grinding, but don't forget to have fun.